Welcome friends. In this video we are going to discuss about self-reference parameter which are used inside a function and also inside a built-in functions which are declared inside a class. If you are using oops concept in a Python and inside that oops concept there is a self one type of variable or one type of parameter is a reference type of parameter mostly used inside the functions which are declared inside the class of that Python OOPS concept, object-oriented programming concept. So how the self work? Okay, how the self is different from the others? How the self is help in Python OOPS concept to access the properties and of a class. Mostly it refers to the class instance variables, instance properties which are declared inside a class. So if it is outside of that particular class, it cannot be accessed inside the class, and there is a properties of a class. If you want to access that properties by help of the self, but if you want to rename this self, it is also rename it on a different name. But self is the most prominent and ethical way to call that as a parameter which are generally referred to the current class variables, instance variables or properties. Okay, so how it is declared, you already you if you go through my previous videos, so there I declare self. Here see, there is a self is used. Okay, and it refers to the current class properties, employee name, employee id. Both are self accessing the inside the init method as a self dot employee id, employee name. And how it particularly help us, here see, here employee id, another two arguments are there. Here employee id, employee name are two arguments are there which are generally passing from the object, and the init is the constructor or built-in function which helps us to initiate at the time of object creation. It created at the time of object creation, and the data which are passing to this init by the time of object create and passing as an argument in a object creation time, employee id, employee name. And if you want to distinguish which one the class instance variables and which one the parameters or arguments, you can distinguish through this self dot employee id. And his self dot employee id is not equal to the employee id. Here is the equal to means assignment, my voice. And my point is that self dot employee id is equal to employee id. Self dot employee id is the property of a class, and the employee id is not a property of a class. It's the argument or value variable which are passing from that object as a 234 and QWERTY. It hold that data. Okay, and it is also, if you want to take as a different name, so I copy this thing. Okay, and taken as a different name. Here I am declared as that same class and assign to the different name. Different name means here I am assigned, suppose, reference. Okay, reference. Okay, so if that is a reference, then it is going to be replaced by the self. So you can assign any name. Okay, that not any bigger issue if you assign a different name. Okay, Python allows you can rewrite yourself with a different name. When I am going to run the code, see what happens. Okay, so here there is a self is declared. Here you have to give in as a reference. Okay, now you can run it. Okay, here the result is coming 234 QWERTY, and 234 and QWERTY most of the generally as a property of that class which are assigned to that value 234 and QWERTY which are passing from that object. Okay, when the creating the object, the passing the data, and that particular data will be initialized with this init built-in constructor. Okay, so here you can replace yourself with any name. Okay, my point is that you can replace yourself with any name. Okay, understood? So it's a final point. If you have further any doubt, go through the comment box, type there. Please like this video, and as much as possible you can share this video with your friends. And secondly, if you want like this channel, please subscribe this channel. Okay, thank you.